there. It is PhLo on this side of the screen, flowing through the optic nerves of your eyeballs. I can't think of anything interesting to say, so let's just go straight to the photo editing, which is even less interesting than anything I could possibly have to say. At least that's how I see it. Anyway, I'm going to continue on this set of photos from Anns Butte a few weeks ago, a hike that I did with a friend, and perhaps in 63.8 million years from now, I will finally be done with this very small set of photos. Okay, so I believe my next one here is another panorama, but thankfully I think it's only 3 or 4 photos at the most instead of vertical ones. I find it a lot better in most cases to do vertical panoramas because you end up losing material on the top. What is that? Oh, cool. A hawk or something. You tend to lose a little bit of cropped material on the top because of the curved nature of panorama shots when they're stitched. So if you do vertical panoramas, you have more to work with, but then your files are a lot bigger and stuff, so it's a trade-off. Yeah, it looks like this one is only 3 images. That's odd. I've never seen that. Like, I can see where the crop is on the thumbnail. I can see that little gray area at the top. That's weird. Never seen it do that. I feel like that's a kind of a glitch. But anyway. Okay, so let's copy the crop on that one. Do the other two. Alright. And on to the corrections, which is mostly HDR related stuff. Shadows, highlights, boom. I mean, that's honestly most of what I do. I love how well it works, but I do sometimes fine-tune other things. This is the only program, CaptureOne, that is where the exposure slider actually does something that you want it to do. Like every other program, exposure is completely unusable. Let me see if I can prove that point, or maybe I'll prove myself wrong and it works all of a sudden. But say I bring this JPEG in here into Affinity Photo, for example, and I come over here and do exposure slider here. Like, look at that. Like, almost instantly, it not only bleeds out the whites, but it changes their entire nature. Like, they're no longer the same types of colors at all. It's just nasty. I don't even know how to describe how bad that is. It's like, I would never in 1,000 years use this slider. Like the shadowy areas, it does a little more sensible stuff there, I guess. I mean, that looks okay down here, but as soon as you get into an area that's already kind of bright, it looks terrible. Look at that. It's absolutely awful. And that's what the exposure slider does in most photo editing software. I'm not sure about Photoshop. I haven't used it in a while. But yeah, in here, it looks so much better. Like, it's just more of a natural temperament to the colors. It doesn't like blow out the highlights immediately. It's pretty cool. So in this one, I'm feeling like this lower part is a little bit dark still, so I guess I'll do the shadow slider, but I don't want to overdo it. Once again, like I've said before, sometimes I know there's something wrong with the image and I just can't pinpoint what I need to do to fix it. That might be getting kind of close. I feel like it's a little bit desaturated as well, so I might bump that up for the whole image. But once again, I might have the same issue I did last stream where if I bump the saturation up too much, it makes the sky blue in areas where it really shouldn't be, which is kind of irritating. Let's see. Let's put that back down. Actually, let's take all the saturation out. And unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to do that because I'm too aware of it as an issue. So I wonder if I could add magic eraser. I don't think I've used that tool before. I don't even know what it does. Let's see if let's just try it. I don't know what it does. I'm gonna just make a mask randomly. And magic eraser. Oh, that's interesting. Looks like it's almost like a flood fill or a, can't remember what you call it. Can't think of it. Anyway, yeah. It affects areas that are non-contiguous, I guess. Okay, let's see if I can actually use that for something here. Yeah, so let's say I had this issue last time where I was selecting dark areas using the Luma mask and masking out, trying to, I don't remember what I was doing, honestly. I was trying to get the sky and not the trees, and it was leaving some of the trees, something like that. So let's see, just out of curiosity, if I can do a very sloppy mask like that, and then use this tool. Problem being, if it doesn't have like a slider, I feel like there's no context, what do you call it? There's a word for it. Context sensitive menu or something like that. Like I feel like each tool should have a bunch of options, but I don't know. Because it says quickly erase areas of similar colors from existing masks. I mean, that's cool, but what if I want to change the tolerance of how much it removes or not? If it doesn't have any options, and I don't know where to get options for it. Yeah, I'm super not familiar with the interface of this program. Let's just look at menus. Some people like do searches, but I kind of like to just explore the menus occasionally. Just sometimes you learn something new. I don't like the terminology in CaptureOne. Like what they call layers is more like is actually like a selection, essentially. I don't like that they call them layers. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. There should be more options somewhere for this stuff, but yeah, whatever. Maybe it's just magically does really well. So I don't need options. So if let's say I want to get this tree out of the selection, I'll just select that. Oh, actually that does a pretty decent job. Oops, got a little bit of the sky in there. So as long as you like keep your cursor, cursor size, whatever tool size, smaller than the thing you're trying to brush out, it seems to do a very decent job. I'm not sure how it decides how universal to apply that change to the image, because sometimes it just localizes to the area that you brush. Other times it's like recalculating the selection across the entire image. And while it is rather cool, it's not, I mean, it's kind of slow. Like I would have expected some of those changes I made to already deselect some of these areas based on their similar colors to what I've done already, but I don't know. It's cool. I guess it's fine-tuned. Like it doesn't do too drastic of changes that you would be like annoyed with. But once again, if it had some kind of slider to control the severity of the effect, then you might be able to do it in one swipe instead of 5 million swipes like I'm having to do here. And all those the wispy tiny needles on the outside of this I'm not as worried about, because I know that when I do the refine selection it will fix all that pretty well. It is a pretty intelligent tool though, I must admit. It's better than a lot of programs. Like one of the things that is very severely lacking in Affinity Photo is the masking tools. Like it also has a refine algorithm thing, but it doesn't do nearly as good of a job. Even though it has way more sliders and options in the dialogue for it, it just doesn't look good most of the time. So whatever I don't know, I feel like they have really good pixel scientists or color scientists in the phase 1 CaptureOne company, I guess. Anyway, I don't want to bother to do this on every single little branch, but honestly, like when you do one little swipe in somewhere in the branch, it does a pretty good job of figuring out where the rest of the branch is, which is pretty impressive. Sometimes it doesn't go to the extreme that I feel like it should. It's like taking out maybe a 25 or 50% opacity of the mask, but it's leaving it still a little bit pink overlaid, so you can tell that it's partially selecting that area still. But yeah, this is very time consuming, so as cool as it works really well. It's a little bit too slow for my taste to have to do all this work. I mean, look at all these other trees that it hasn't fixed yet, so I have to come over here and do all these. But I think if I get it kind of close and then do a refine, I'll be in a good place generally. I feel like a tool of this kind of power and effectiveness would work better if you had some sliders, like radius, for example, like how many pixels surrounding the where you brush do you want it to calculate for similar colors, and then maybe like a tolerance setting, like how similar the colors should be before it starts acting on it, because it just has a mind of its own, and yeah, it does a pretty good job, but could go a lot faster if you had a little bit more control over how dynamic it is. Actually, I don't even know why I'm doing that. Let me think about what I'm trying to accomplish here. I already kind of forgot. I got lost in just experimenting with that tool that I hadn't used before. So really, I could do all of this same thing using the Luma mask, essentially. I don't remember what I was gonna do. I was gonna... I don't remember, honestly. I just got lost in the details. I'm kind of wasting time at this point, but I'm still, you know, it's not a total waste of time because I'm learning a new tool and experimenting, but I'm definitely not achieving the particular goal that I'm trying to accomplish. I literally don't remember what I was trying to do. Oh, well, let me think. Okay, let's just look at the image and decide what to do next, and then decide if I even need that mask. I probably don't. I was just playing around. I hate that they're called layers. Like, this panel is called layers. It should be called selections. Just I don't like it. I don't like it. But it's fine. It's just, it's a fine term. The problem is that so many other similar programs use the word layer to mean something entirely different. So that's where the problem comes from. Okay, so I think, yeah, I guess I'll do the same thing I've done with other images, essentially. Oh, I know. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to even define what I want to do. Okay, so I want to have two masks. I'm going to get rid of this one because I don't think it's much use to me at this point. Let's just start over. I want a mask of just the sky, not the distant mountains, not the trees, not anything in the foreground. So yeah, I've done that before. And all the other images, so I'll just do that same thing again. But I think what I can do that's a little bit different is I might be able to use that new tool to my advantage, which is probably kind of what I was doing, but I only need to use it selectively in small areas. I don't need to mask out all the trees because most of the trees can be taken out with using the Luma sliders like that, so that's way faster. But I can use that magic eraser tool, whatever it's called. What is it called again? Yep, magic eraser. I can use that to get rid of the mountains, possibly. But therein lies the problem that I was talking about before. If you don't have any sliders to tell how extreme it is, I can go like this, and oh, that didn't do anything. Wait a minute. Yeah, see, it's like calculating way too much removal. I just want it to remove this down here and not the rest of the sky. It's removing way too much of the sky. So there should be like some kind of option set for each of these tools. I feel like there isn't. Guess I could watch the tutorial. sure, why not?
The magic brush quickly and easily masks areas of similar colours on your photo for editing on an adjustment layer. The magic eraser works in a similar way, except erases portions of an existing mask. Let's start with the magic brush. Select the brush here and simply draw a line on the area you wish to mask. CaptureOne will automatically...
Okay, that's cool. This is new, like relatively new. Like I upgraded CaptureOne a while ago and I haven't been using it since the upgrade, so I haven't explored the improvements they made. So this is a new feature. It's pretty cool. I could definitely use it. It's similar to what I've been wanting to achieve with the color editor, and then converting it to a mask. So this might actually solve some of those issues. But again, if it doesn't have sliders for tolerance, I don't know. It seems like it makes too many assumptions about what you want.
Automatically fill in the area of similar pixels to the ones covered by the stroke. This enables a fast way of masking areas and objects of similar colors.
But I would argue that it didn't do a very good job, because he selected that mountain area and it kind of went down here and randomly around, but it didn't select this part of the mountain down here, and it selected parts up here that I would argue are not really the same color. So without some kind of slider to determine how drastic the color similarity is, it really is kind of annoying in my opinion, but maybe he'll get into that.
Make sure your mask is visible so you can see where you are brushing and the resulting mask. Hit M on your keyboard to turn the mask on and off. Mask visibility is also indicated by the icon here. The magic brush works additively, allowing you to continue making brush strokes on other areas of your photo in order to get the mask you need. If your photo already has adjustment layers present, start by making a new layer so the magic brush doesn't modify existing masks. Right-clicking with the magic brush active reveals specific settings for the magic brush.
Now we're talking. Right click. Okay, that's all I need to know. I don't need to watch the rest of the video. I did not realize you could right click. Okay, I should have tried that. That's all I need to know. Now we're back in business. Okay, cool. Okay, so we got a size. Opacity tolerance is really what I want to define. So let's put that down really low so that only... Wow, see, that doesn't make any sense. I put it massive, like as low as it can get. And it's doing huge action. So what do you... Magic eraser with... Put both of these all the way down, maybe. Yeah, it's taking way too big of an action. That's weird because I have it like down as far as it possibly can go. Maybe it's reverse psychology, like you put it all the way up if you want it to. No. Yeah, that's bad. The tolerance is way too... It's like a exponential curve or something. And even zero tolerance, it's still doing way too much. That doesn't make any sense at all. Crazy. So yeah, it's pretty much a useless tool, in my opinion. There should be a way to make the tolerance like very fine. So yeah, there's no way I could use this for anything. It's way too drastic of a measure. Very strange, honestly. I'm pretty surprised at that. With the intelligence and success of all the other tools I've used in the program, I'm surprised they didn't do a better job with this one. It's actually completely terrible. It's the worst tool I've ever seen. It's not intelligent at all. Well, it was doing a good job when I was doing the trees for some reason, but when I'm trying to take out this mountain here, it's doing an awful job. Okay, that time it did actually pretty good. That time it did good. So I'm eating my words here. It's doing good when the contrast is high enough. Like over here in these areas, but like for some reason right here it can't find. Okay, it did better that time. I wonder if this tolerance slider was not refreshing yet, like it hadn't saved that value into the database or something. So now it's working better. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, it's working a lot better now. I didn't change anything. But it's almost like it wasn't registering the zero tolerance setting that I changed. Okay, that was terrible. I don't know why it grabbed all that. But anyway, I guess it's decent. I could say it's completely useless. See that? Oh, this is the area where it's doing garbage things. And I guess it's because the color difference between that mountain range and the sky is very small. But I have tolerance set all the way down, so that's disappointing. So it's completely useless in certain situations, and it's decent in others. It depends on the color contrast, I guess. But in this case, because it's terrible, completely garbage, I'm going to have to do a manual erase. Overall, I'd say it's pretty good. I like that it has that dialogue that I couldn't find without watching that video. But honestly, when I was changing that tolerance slider, I couldn't even tell if it was making any difference. It just didn't seem to be doing anything. Okay, getting close here. Now I just have to refine. I guess I may as well take that little bird out of there. I mean, I'll leave it in the picture, but take it out of the selection. Okay, now let's refine it and see what we get. That's decent. Not the best mask I've ever seen, but it's good enough. So there's the whole sky. I should name these more, except that there's no reason to because I'm only doing this to produce a JPEG. I'm not saving these raw files or anything, or it's not saving anything. Okay, so now I want to make a second one. This one I want to be only the blue sky itself. So I wonder if I can use the magic brush to accomplish that. Let's give it another chance to prove itself. Okay, let's delete that actually. Start another one. And just click there. It's pretty good. Okay, let's undo that and let's do the entire image. Yeah, overall, I'd say that's pretty good. Obviously, selecting these mountains I didn't want it to, but that's just because I did this sample entire photo, and I can easily erase those. So yeah, I give that a passing grade. It's pretty good. Okay, so on the sky, I want to change the levels a bit. And then the blue is where I want to do the saturation to 20 or so. So there's before and after. Possibly a little bit too much HDR stuff, not enough contrast, but I don't know, it's a give and take. Difficult decision to make in some cases. Overall, I think it's a little dark. Let's see if I can brighten it up. And maybe go not quite as extreme on the HDR stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised at how extreme those color tolerance things are. It's weird. It's a really hard time distinguishing between the mountain range and the sky above it. Trouble area over here that I have to do manually. Ah. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in that tolerance slider. It doesn't seem to have a granular enough effect. Maybe instead of 1 to 100, they should have 1 to 10,000 on the slider, so you can have a bigger range of small or big values that it affects. Okay. Way too drastic action there. I'm just trying to get rid of this little wispy cloud, and it's taking out the entire thing. Well, it's one or the other, so I just have to start with a more drastic mask and then refine it, I guess. Be right back. Okay. That's good. I guess there's a little bit of blue sky down here too that I could try to grab. Sometimes it's hard to tell what's sky and what's cloud, and there's not a huge difference. Guess that's good. This one barely has any blue sky. It's pretty much clouds. Very tiny glimpses, maybe right here. So this mask doesn't matter that much. Okay, let's try making tiffs of those and stitching them, see what we get. This might be another one panorama stream. It's insane how long this takes. Try bumping the clarity up a little bit on these. think that's a little bit better. Might be too much, but I'll go with it. Okay, good. I wanted to test the chat to see if it aligned to the top or the bottom. Top. It means I don't have to scroll my window down so far to see it. I feel like it's maybe locked up. It doesn't usually take this long. Try aligning again, see if it, yeah, I don't know if that was random glitch or if it's kind of what it's going to do now. Shouldn't take that long. It's getting hung up on something, I think. Weird. Yeah, close it. See if I can get it to work again. I have no idea what's going on. This is really weird. Never seen it do this before. I just have to start all the way over. No idea. Maybe I was just being impatient. I don't know. Oh, there's like 2 of them open, I think. Okay, I'll be patient. Just wait for 5 million years, which probably will take. I don't know why it's going so slow this time. Nope, it worked that time. I don't know why it didn't work before. Man, that looks bad. What is going on? Looks like a terrible alignment, but let me check the control points, see if they're okay. Looks okay. I don't know why it looks so bad in the preview mode. It's like massively clipped. Sometimes it looks way, like it looks fine when you stitch it, but it looks terrible in the meantime before you stitch it, and I don't know why. So I will just try it and see what happens. Looks weird right here, but I think that's actually what the original looks like. It's like a storm coming in. Yeah. It's like a little issue there. Maybe this part is not continuous. Is there 2? Those look like 2 identical mountains close to each other. I don't know if that was how it looks in the original. Better check that. There should only be 1. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, double tree here too, so yeah, looks like overall pretty terrible stitch. Oh, I need to work on something here. I don't know why it did that. Might need to give it more control points. Sometimes that helps, but honestly, I don't know why it did that. Okay, so it's a larger radius of control points that might help it stitch better, but I don't know why it didn't stitch well to begin with, honestly. I don't know what's going on. Kind of wondering if it has the wrong lens information for my camera. I don't know. Shouldn't look that bad. Okay, so I think I'm actually gonna... Oh, hey, Sample Dragon. Thanks. I'm actually having a hard time getting this panorama to stitch well, but I think I'm gonna probably end my stream suddenly because my parents are wanting to eat dinner with me, so I guess I will do that. So yeah, I might be back on later, but for now I think I'll head out. But hey, just as somebody comes in the stream, it's good to see you. But thanks for dropping by. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head out for now. Sudden end, but I'll probably be back on later after dinner. So, but I don't like to leave the stream going that long because that's kind of crazy. But anyway, I will probably be back again later tonight. So I will catch y'all later.